In the past, Rangers have stopped the magical 10 at 9 in a row, but they were unable to stop themselves falling 9 points behind Aberdeen tonight at Pittodrie. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. It finished Aberdeen 2, Rangers 1. Not only do Rangers go 9 points behind Celtic in the league, but they're also 9 points behind Aberdeen in the league. I think that is pretty unthinkable. Clement, at this point, should just pack his bags, try to fit as many Rangers players into those bags as possible, and get the hell out of Glasgow.
Absolutely, guys. Welcome back to Fog Football. It is an absolute disaster tonight, but you know what? I saw it coming. You went 2 each, I went 2-1 Aberdeen. This is nothing that we didn't see happening. It played out exactly as expected. Rangers just cannot get up for big games. And not the only difference is, I think, between this and a Celtic game, Aberdeen don't have the quality to put the game to bed. But you could argue they had a penalty to put it to bed, right? And you see it in...
Well, I mean, you say that, but Aberdeen could have been out of sight at half-time.
No, they could have been, but Celtic had the quality to put it to bed. Aberdeen didn't. If Rangers can't get up for this game, we were saying, biggest game of the season, Clement cannot lose this. What did he do? Lose it. If the players can't get up for this game, they'll never get up for another game in their puff, man.
No, this game is massive. This is a 6-pointer. The definition of a 6-pointer. You either win this and go 3 behind Aberdeen, or you lose this and you go 9 behind Aberdeen. Of course, you've got the draw option that doesn't change anything. But the difference between winning this game and losing this game is massive. And that's what's happened tonight. There's a massive difference now than there was a few hours ago. Aberdeen came into this game knowing that if they lost it, Rangers would close the gap to 3. And then all of a sudden, in my opinion, Rangers probably big favourites to finish second. But with this win for Aberdeen, surely now they have to be favourites to finish second. And they are the true contenders for Celtic's title this year.
No, they've got to be. Rangers are done. Rangers are out of it. I still think second with a new manager is absolutely doable. With Clement, it's done. I just don't see anything. And this is the first game in Clement's entire Rangers tenure, which hasn't been that long, by the way. I think this is the first game that it felt like if he lost it, he was away. Like, the Kelly game, I don't think it felt like if he lost it, he'd be sacked. I called for him to be sacked, but I didn't think he would. Same with the Celtic game. And, you know, other games in Europe like Champions League. I think this is the first game it feels like if he lost, he'd be sacked. So they knew the importance, man. But then, did he know the importance? Look at his comments before the game, like yesterday in the presser. Oh, we had a good night up there. Last year, it was 1-1. Good night. Was it? It wasn't even night time for a start. And is a 1-1 draw good enough? This is Rangers football. I mean, we need to win games.
We said after that draw against Hearts, Rangers could find themselves double points behind Celtic within no time. And now we're getting to the point where
the door.
It's one more result, and not only could they be double digits behind Celtic, but also Aberdeen. 9 points behind Celtic is one thing. Normally that is enough to cost a Rangers manager their job. It was enough to cost Beale.
Yep.
But to go 9 points behind Celtic and Aberdeen, I don't see how Clement gets saved. The only thing that will save Clement is the lack of finances that Rangers have to pay him off. That is the only thing that can save Clement at this moment in time. We know that Rangers recorded, what was it, £17.2 million loss.
Do you think that was strategic? Do you think them releasing that yesterday was them saying, here, guess what, guys, strap in because we don't have the money to sack this
We know
guy.
Clement's shit, but we need to keep him.
Do you think that was strategic, though? I think it might have been.
Could be. The timing of it was weird. But then again, I just don't know why they offer him a new contract. How many months ago was it? Not even that long ago.
The guy that offered him it's probably away.
Yeah, it's a shambles, man. It's a shambles. And let's get one thing straight here. I don't care what the stats look like, possession, shots. Aberdeen were by far the better team tonight. Yeah. I've heard this talk of Rangers dominance, and the pundits are saying it, the commentators are saying it. I did not see Rangers dominance in that second half. I seen Aberdeen taking their foot off the gas a little bit. But honestly, see, as soon as Rangers got the equaliser, that woke Aberdeen up. And Aberdeen came right back into the game and continued to be on top.
Let's be honest, right? Jimmy Thielen woke Aberdeen up. They went 1-1 and he made the subs. It's like when you wake up in the middle of the night and you need to go to the toilet. Have you got the fight to go, or are you going to lie there awake needing a pish? Jimmy Thielen went, I'm going to go take a piss.
Clement's the
kind
of guy that would lay in bed and piss himself.
And shite all over the beds like he's done tonight.
Aye, the bed sheets need I think they need cleaned. They're pretty brown.
Yo,
but,
one shot on target, right, for Rangers, I believe. Well, I mean, BBC saying 3. I count it 2, right? But no one can act as surprised here. Rangers have scored 2 away goals in 5 games after the night. It was 1 in 4 going into this.
But again, Aberdeen may have had less possession, but they had more opportunities. They had more overall shots. They had double the amount of shots on target, and they had more touches in the opponent's box than Rangers. So, yeah, Rangers may have had more possession, but what did they do with it? Not a lot.
I don't care about possession. I don't care about touches. And come on, we were in the second. We were in the final third more than Aberdeen. Well, guess what, mate? Guess what? You'll be in the job centre more than Brendan Rodgers and Jimmy Thielen.
The possession for Clement in the job centre must be pretty high.
The morale victory. But I mean, right, see my notes, the sticky notes, right? Everything's an Aberdeen chance. Everything. Like, seeing the first half, the only 2 things I've gave to Rangers is a Dessers misses decent chance, and at the end was McCausland's offside goal. That's it. Everything else, post, blocked off the line, missed penalty, the goal, free kick that went wide. Everything's Aberdeen.
Well, let's get into the game then, and we'll talk more about it at the end. But let's go over the game quickly. So, I thought Rangers started the better for like maybe 3 minutes, and then that was it. It was Aberdeen on the front foot after that.
Yeah, Dessers gets a half decent chance straight away. I mean, it's not like pitchforks out for the guy if you miss it.
I mean, he done well to open up the chance, but the shot wasn't great. Although I mean, it was blocked.
It was good for McCausland cutting in. This is where the good ran out though, because Soclair passes it back to Duke. Tav probably does the only good thing he did all game. Blocks this shot.
Crucial block.
Yep. Devlin then has a shot for this that gets dragged wide. Soclair then makes a run down the right, very similar to his initial pass to Duke. He fizzes the ball across the 6-yard line. If Duke actually went behind Suter, or was it Balogun, whatever, he could have potentially tapped this in. He doesn't. McGrath then gets a free kick. Whips it just wide.
It's really close. Good free kick for McGrath. It's amazing how good this free kick was, but then his penalty later was so shit.
It is incredible. Talking of free kicks, Balogun tackles Soclair, gets the ball. Tell you what, this looked like initially that John Beaton had robbed Aberdeen. Right. But in the replay, what a decision for John.
Overall, I think John Beaton had a good game tonight.
Yeah, no, he did.
I know a lot of people are questioning that appointment, but I thought John Beaton had a good game. Initially, when I seen this, I thought he got it wrong. I thought Balogun should have been sent off, and it should have been a free kick to Aberdeen. But
this is where I'll give credit to referees, though, right? Because he's actually seen this.
Yeah, no, that's fair play to him. Now, I believe that Soclair actually gets to the ball first before Balogun, but Soclair's touch then takes it on to Balogun. So Balogun, I think, gets to the ball second, but he still gets the ball.
What I would say is...
That's what I seen, so...
I would see referees give this.
Yeah, some referees may argue it's Soclair's touch that's taking the ball to Balogun rather than Balogun winning the... But look, I mean, Balogun got the ball, right? He might not have got it first, but he made contact with it. So for me, I think it's a good call for the referee. But initially, I was convinced it was a red.
Yeah, I thought Balogun had a good game, to be honest. But yeah, I thought it was a red. I was like, holy shit, Rangers are beat.
So Rangers not got lucky, but Rangers didn't get lucky, but Clement did, because that's not really. I mean, that's a great tackle for Balogun.
Best defender, I think, when he's on his fully fit.
A tackle that nobody's really expecting him to make, and he made it. Aberdeen thought they were clean through. I thought they were clean through, so that should have been a wake-up call.
Yeah, it should have been. McGrath, then he has a shot blocked, and then we get the goal. Jack McKenzie does really good work, whips it in. I believe it's Soclair, heads it down to Devlin, and it's just,
and Nicky Devlin, great finish.
Yep.
Great finish.
Continuing his fine form.
A signing he's been for Livingston, by the way. I always rated him when he was there, and I thought when he went to Aberdeen he would be good, and he has been good.
But I'm not. We knew. We were talking during the game, man. See when they made this 1-0, I just knew it was over. You could just sense it.
I mean, I tell you what, people will laugh. Like, Nicky Devlin's a far better player than James Tavernier at this point.
Tav's done. We've been saying this for months and years, though.
I mean, if you're doing a combined team between Rangers and Aberdeen, Nicky Devlin 100% is in the right back position.
Yep.
Not even debatable.
After this, Rangers give it away. Shinnie hits the post. Suter manages to clear it.
By the way, I thought Shinnie was fantastic tonight. A player that has not got enough credit over the years. I've always rated Graham Shinnie. I feel like he's been really unlucky with his Scotland career. Obviously, he started out as a left back and it's just not really the position that you want to be playing in this era. Then he moves into the midfield, and again, this is two positions that as a Scotsman you don't want to be in this current era, left back or centre mid. So Shinnie, but for me, Shinnie's a player that I would not mind Steve Clarke calling up. I don't think he starts, but Telva is available in the squad.
As a guy to see a game out, Graham Shinnie's your man. If he hits the post, Suter clears it pretty well. Duke then has a shot blocked for this, and then Suter, the handball instant, right. See, for me, it's see the angle that Beaton's actually being shown at far, by the way. It's like, do we not have better cameras? It's like 25 yards away. But I think once you see it, he's going to give it. He does give it.
See the handball rule, man. You don't even. I think sometimes you don't even know what's happening these days.
You don't.
I thought it was harsh, but I can see why it was given.
See, once he goes to the monitor, he's given this every day of the week. Honestly, I think you make your own luck. Aberdeen they did deserve this. But then McGrath hits an awful penalty. Butland saves it. Another penalty that Butland saved recently. Again,
McGrath, not only was it a powder puff shot, but it wasn't even in the corner. And don't get me wrong, if this is in the corner, it's getting saved anyway. Yeah. But this was so bad. I mean, it was about halfway between the middle of the goal and and Butland's right hand side. And also, I noticed Butland, he stood behind his goal. He was about a foot behind his goal line. So that meant that he could actually come out and still be on his line when the penalty was taken. So I don't know if that was a tactic for Butland.
Well, that's the best way to do it.
But I'll give him credit there because it meant he was able to actually dive forward and still be on his line because he started so far back. So, I mean, I don't know if he just meant to do that or whether...
No,
I haven't seen it. I don't see that often. Where you see goalkeepers start like a foot behind their line.
That's what they should do, though.
It was pretty smart and it was a good... I'm not going to say it was a good save with Butland, but I like the strategy.
Yeah, you've got to go the right way.
I mean, if you go the right way, anybody's saving this.
Yes. Mackenzie then has a shot saved.
Joe Lewis in his navy blue jacket could have saved this.
Mackenzie has a shot saved pretty much straight after this. Then Rangers get the goal up to the top to Dessers, then it ends up going to McCausland.
Well, half time.
No, I'm talking about the offside goal.
Oh, alright, okay, fair
before half time. Right, people are greeting about this. Honestly, I think this is level, but I am not for 1 second going to cry about it. Rangers were shite. I said in my stream it would have been a fucking disgrace and a robbery if Rangers went in at 1-1. Yeah. Does that mean you rip up the rule book and forget about it? No. But at the same time, man, it would. I mean, I can admit that. I mean, I want the Rangers going 1-1, but Jesus Christ, the injustice if it did.
Yeah, but you know what, man? I think Aberdeen's still going to win the game. I think if anything, if it goes in 1-1, Aberdeen
come out better in the second half. Makes the changes early, which we'll go into the second half, right?
Although to be fair, even if that's 1-1, he probably feels like he doesn't need to make changes because the first half went really well for Aberdeen.
Yeah, but see if people want to greet right about this decision. Rangers got lucky against St Mirren the weekend, right? And we seen Kyogo have a goal disallowed against Rangers that was pretty similar to this in terms of the lines. So I'm not having any tears about this.
It was close. For me, it's level, but the lines are messed up, man. They are. The lines are weird.
Absolutely. But let's move into the second half. Rangers, they got better because they had to. I mean, they couldn't get worse. Bajrami, right?
But I don't think they were that good.
No, they weren't. Bajrami whips it in, I believe. Dessers takes a touch in the 6-yard box. It's like, what are you doing? Like, what was this? He's just absolutely awful, man. Dessers in the last couple of... I think Crocker said it's the worst form he's ever been in for Rangers, and it looks that way. Bajrami, great goal, right? I think Aberdeen, bit questionable. They just gave a guy that's got a bit of quality, too much space. Devlin, not the greatest moment for him, but here does it really matter. Pulversa then has a shot saved. Morris makes it 2-1. James Tavernier...
We're not going to talk a little bit more about the Bajrami goal?
Alright, we'll talk about it, but here, good goal, right? I mean, didn't matter that.
No,
but it's like Rangers' only real chance of the game.
I felt like Aberdeen could have defended this a lot better. Even the strike,
three guys around him.
Even the strike, I don't think it was that great. I know it beat Mitov, and I'm not saying Mitov should save it, but I don't think it was a cleanly hit strike.
It wasn't a lot of people. It was a great finish, don't get me wrong.
And I just don't think Brammy should have been allowed to cut in.
The best part of the goal for me is the fact that he's chopped it before the strike, and he's actually beat 3 guys, but yeah.
Well, you know what, to be fair, he kind of had to, because there was a few times in this game where Brammy had no support.
Well, let me just address something else in this team, right? He brings on Sterling at half-time, which means there's 3 right-backs on the pitch. Tav, Kazim-Weirjo, and Sterling. What is going on? No, seriously.
Yeah, when they're trailing the game, he won't have 2 strikers on at the same time.
You've got those 3 on, right? And then you've got Raskin and Barron. And Desser's up front, who is playing some of the worst football you'll ever see. So there is no attacking threat whatsoever.
Yeah, he's got 3 right backs, but then later on, when he brings on Igamani, it's a straight swap for Dessers. So he's okay with having 3 right backs on the pitch, but when he's losing 2-1, he draws the line at possibly having more than one striker.
How did Dessers last 82 minutes? That is the worst performance I've seen for him. And considering the last 2...
Dessers should have been hooked as soon as it went, 2-1 Aberdeen.
Yep. Right, talking 2-1 Aberdeen.
Although you could certainly argue that he should have been off before that.
It could have been. Tav here just hits it. Right. Tav,
I tell you what, I actually said at the start of the season, Rangers should take a chance on Sam Lammers. And everyone was like, no, he's pish. Could he be any worse than this guy? Could he be any worse than Dessers?
If you're asking me, would we still be 9 points behind with Sam Lammers? Yeah.
Why not, though? I think it was worth the risk. I forgot that Rangers have got such great attacking players.
So you're saying sell Dessers and keep Lammers?
Or keep them both?
I don't think we could afford to keep them both. Wage bill and all that.
Would Rangers be worse off this season if they had Sam Lammers?
Probably not. Money-wise, absolutely. It would be 20 million down the drain instead of 17. Right, as for the goal, Tav, for me, yeah, it's just awful. It's not, it comes off him. It's a reaction to it coming off him. He starts like a 50-year-old car.
I mean, you could argue he's a bit unlucky because he's got the block on it and the ball's just kind of fell perfectly.
But it's unlucky for Aberdeen because the initial shot should go in. Hits I think it does hit both posts. I think it might just hit one. Then Morris pokes it in. Honestly, I've got no more notes.
Pokes in, he blasts it.
He blasts it in. He could have poked it in. No Rangers player would have shown the fucking
poke, blast, strike, smash, doesn't really matter. Gets it in, it's 2-1, Pittodrie erupts.
You're getting sacked in the morning.
Those chants were being pretty much sung for most of the night, other than, a short period where Rangers brought it back. Igamani comes on with about 8 minutes to go. Rangers didn't really create much. Every time Connor Barron touched the ball, he was getting booed. And they were very consistent with the boos, literally. And it wasn't just the first 10 minutes of the game, it was the entire match. Anytime Barron touched the ball, he was getting booed. And then probably the best chance falls for Tavernier right at the end. He has a header, just wide of the post. It was close, but not close enough, and that was really the last up.
If it's a 2-each draw, it doesn't change much. Obviously, a draw is better than a defeat, but I'm not going to lie and say, Clement's the man if we drew. But
no, but I think if he draws, I think there's less people calling for his head. I think with this defeat...
Same problems still lie, though.
No, there is, but I think a draw buys him one more game. I'm not...
No, so he can knock us at the cup as well.
Arguably buys him one more game. I don't think the guy's got... There's no way he can stay. The only thing that keeps him there is the finances, or should I say lack of finances.
Say Clement stays to me, right? I talked about this in the stream. How many points do you think he finishes behind Celtic?
Well,
on average, it could end about 36.
I hope he goes tonight and takes Critchley with him.
No one cares about Hearts, mate. This is a Rangers show, Jambo Bear, right? So how about you forget about Neil and talk about Phil, right? Another four-lettered prick. So we'll talk about Phil.
I can figure another 4-letter word to describe them.
Aye,
anyway,
Shite. What's 5, mate?
Well, take away the E. So then Mitov takes the goal kick, and that's it, guys. Full time. Aberdeen get the win, deservedly get the win. Should have won by more than a goal, in my opinion. But, it was 2-1.
Rangers are closer to St Johnstone than they are the top two.
That's embarrassing.
That's 9th place, St Johnstone.
Clement took to the pitch straight away, and he was very argumentative. You could see him talking with the officials. And
No, I don't give a shit if John Beaton was disallowing 20-yard onside goals, man. What has he got to complain about? It's pathetic.
Maybe he's asking John Beaton why was my team so crap tonight?
He picks the same shite week in, week out, man. It's on him. He dropped Jefty. Why did he drop Jefty? Jefty's been one of the best players. It is on Philip Clement. There is no excuses. He's got to go. It's over. As Claude said, it's time to go. Alright? That is it. It's done. It is done.
Well, let's see what Clement said, because there's a quote here from BBC Sport, and the quote reads,
I'm shite.
"One of the better performances from this new squad." So, Rangers manager Philippe Clement tells BBC Scotland, quote, "We started the game well, but when Aberdeen took over, we were struggling. We went behind and I made changes. We came out in the second half in a really good way. We were the team pushing for the win all second half. We were much more times in their box, but weren't clinical enough in the final third. They scored the decisive goal. It's disappointing to lose the 3 points here. On a really lucky night, we could have won this game. It's about taking lessons out of this. It's one of the better performances from this new squad, but it was not good enough in the result. There's still a lot to work on. You can't say the players played a bad game today, but we need to work on things to make it better. Today, Aberdeen were not the better team to win. It was a game both teams deserved a point each." End of
But see,
what a load of shite.
Yeah, but he's hanging on to a point. A point's no good enough. That's what I'm saying. In the presser, the pre-presser, he's like, "Oh, a point. That's what he said to Sky. It's not that Aberdeen blew us away today. That's also not the reality. I'm very convinced that with this group of players in the next transfer windows, we will make a good future." We are fucked.
I think for the large majority of that first half, Aberdeen did blow them away, though. He says Rangers started the better, right? And I agree, but for like a couple of minutes, after the first 3 or 4 minutes, it was all Aberdeen.
See if you want to divide this game into like thirds, at best you can give Rangers like a third in the second half potential. At best, but even then I wouldn't.
Then he said, "Oh, Aberdeen took over. We were struggling, went behind, and I made the changes." As if as soon as Aberdeen,
I'm the mastermind.
I'm
the man.
It's almost like he's saying as if Aberdeen took the lead. All of a sudden, he made the changes, and bang, just like that, clicky his fingers. Rangers were better. Not the case. Said they started the second half in a really good way. Says that they were the team pushing for the win all second half. How can they be pushing for the win when they were behind for most of the second half? You were pushing for the equaliser at best. How can you be pushing for the win when you're behind? Yeah. Doesn't make any sense. You're pushing for the next goal. He's saying that as if it was level for the majority of it. Then he says they had more touches in the final third, which is wrong. Aberdeen had 31 touches, I believe, to Rangers' 26.
Yep.
And I think anybody watching the game could clearly see that Rangers had more possession, but Aberdeen did more with the ball and created more opportunities and got into the final third more than Rangers. Then he talks about, on a really lucky night, we could have won this game. So, but anybody could say that. See, when he lost 3-0 to Celtic, he could have come out and said, well, on a really lucky day where we get 4 penalties, we could have won this game 4-3.
Yeah.
That's no.
You know what? I'm done.
But anybody could argue. This is Ten Hag. It's like the Belgian Ten Hag.
What is Ten Hag Dutch?
I believe so.
I'm sure Belgians are Dutch, apparently.
It's just, but anybody can make that. Anybody can say that.
You know what? Why can't managers just come out and speak the truth? Why can't he come out and turn around and say tonight, that was fucking shite? This is... No, I'm actually done. I'm sick of this politically correct environment we live in where managers just can't... Why? Yo, if he comes out and calls the club shite... Well, not the club. If he comes out and calls the player shite... Himself. He still gets paid if he gets sacked. Why can't... I'm done. I'm mental breakdown here. I can't stand this pretending.
Sure, remember that game Ferguson won? And he came out, he won the cup, was it? And he just came out and bashed his entire team other than the two strikers.
Fucking mega moment here. Quote it, write it. He's worse than Beale.
You accepting it? You agreeing?
He's worse than Beale.
I'm glad you finally come over to the Beale train. The Beale side.
The gravy train.
But, nah, man, the Rangers weren't the better team. They didn't have more chances. He talks about on a lucky night. Anybody can say... Stephen Naismith could have said, well, if Hearts had a lucky start to the season, we'd have been top. Anybody can say that.
If this is... Let's just play devil's advocate here.
And Postecoglou could have come out and said, we had a lucky first half. We could have beat Real Madrid 3-0. Anybody can. Luck doesn't come into it.
This is Rangers' including friendlies. I think it's 25th or 26th game. If this is one of the better performances from this new squad, we're fucked. Well, we're already fucked. But it's like, how can he... That is lies. Straight up lies. I've watched every game this season, right? That is up there as one of the worst. It is.
It wasn't great, like...
Was it better than Kelly? Potentially. Was it better than Celtic? Potentially. What does that put you? They were better against Leon. They got beat 4-1. They had nothing tonight. Deserved to get beat. It's lies. If that... It is lies. There's one thing I can't stand in life. It's a liar. And that is fucking lies.
It's lies for Philippe.
And you know what? You can't say he wasn't warned. He's playing the same old players that have thrown how many managers under a bus? It's the same at United. How many managers?
It's the same core group.
How many managers is like Marcus Rashford and like Victor Lindelof? I don't know. He might not even be at the club, right? But how many managers at United through like there was like Luke Shaw? He's thrown like Moyes, Van Gaal, maybe not Moyes, but he's thrown like Van Gaal, Mourinho, Ollie, Carrick, Ranić, Ten Hag. Obviously, Rangers aren't quite at that level, but like in terms of the amount, but it's like James Tavernier. How many managers can this get? Well, James Tavernier's seen that many managers off. I'm just thinking about Beale and Gio. How many managers has Tavernier sent off? He's the Grim Reaper.
Well, he is. We're approaching the half an hour mark, and we haven't even asked you to hit the like button once. So there you go.
Yeah.
Not even a plug for the like button, but let's plug Jimmy Teeling because he was speaking to BBC Scotland. He said, quote, "First of all, the atmosphere was amazing. It was an emotional game. Our first half was really, really strong. Then the character of the players was really strong. The players who came onto the pitch gave us extra energy. I know how hard the players try and work, but it's also how they react. They believe in each other. I'm so glad for them." End of quote. He was then asked about being involved in a potential title race, and the Swede said, quote, "No, it's still early. We know that. We have to stay focused. We still have to improve things, and we know it's a long season." End of quote. So, Jimmy Teeling refusing to get dragged into the whole title race argument. And you know what? Like, I'm still not convinced that Aberdeen will be in a title race come the end of the season. But I am more than convinced that they have enough, more than enough, to what it takes to finish ahead of Rangers.
You know what the key thing is, right? I think even if Rangers sacked their manager, it would be tight. The way Clement's speaking, the way the noise is around the club...
He's staying.
He's staying, and if he stays, I'm not... No. See if another team can put a run together. Ford's not even safe now. If he's staying, Ford's not safe. Could you imagine if Kelly and Hearts were up there like they were last season with Aberdeen and Celtic?
Kelly's form's actually pretty good, take away last week's result. I know, but they had obviously the red card, that screwed them over, but if you look at it, Kelly's actually improving.
Motherwell and Dundee United are 3 points and 4 points behind. Kelly are 7. But I mean...
But Kelly's form is picked up. So Kelly are heading in the right direction.
This is getting worse before it gets better, man. There's not much... I mean, Rangers play Motherwell... I mean, let's look at Rangers' next 3 games. Hampden against Motherwell, away to Olympiacos, and at home to Hearts. So, shite.
If it's a case of not enough money, does that mean that he's there for the next couple of years, regardless of results? Or can it? What point does it get to where the club's like, look, we don't care how much this costs us and how skint we are. He has to go. At what point is that where the money no longer becomes a factor and they just pay him off anyway?
Well, you know what? See, at this point...
No, I'm not on about your... I'm not on about your point. I'm on about like the club. Like, when is enough enough?
No, well, this is what I think the club's got to do.
Right.
Get rid of him.
Right.
And then if the money is truly as bad as it is, we need to sell in January in the summer and just bring through youth and not sign anyone. That if it's that bad, that's what needs to be done. You can't go down with the ship.
Much is it costing approximately? If they got rid of him now?
Honestly, I don't know. I've heard rumours of 12 million. I've heard rumours of 600k.
How can it be on that much? It can't be 12 million.
People are saying 4 million times 3.
He's not on 4 million a year.
That's what people are saying.
Nah.
I don't know what he's on.
He's not on 4 million a year.
What would 4 million be across 52 weeks?
A lot of money.
52 weeks, 10 would be 400,000.
He's not on that.
Nah, I won't be, wouldn't he? That.
I'd say...
Either way, I'm not. I don't know.
I'd be surprised if he's on any more than 30 grand a week. Surely not.
But what would 30 grand a week get you a year?
Well, I mean, but
be a decent bit, like.
It's a decent amount, like, but it's not those numbers.
Yeah, but what you got to bear in mind is he could have been on 30 grand a week, then he signed a new and improved contract in August.
Well, that's true.
Could have moved him up to like 45. Yo, as much I want him going, and everyone wants him going. He's not going. He's not. He's here.
Even if he does go, what's the short term solution? Who goes in his place?
Alex Ray, Skeletor, staunch point captain City. I don't know. I'll tell you what though, I want to go to bed.
Would Derek McInnes take it this time if he was offered it? Leaving Aberdeen is one thing. Would he leave Kilmarnock? Would he want to? Would he look at
funny how Rangers are just in as bad a position as they were back then?
Arguably worse.
They arguably worse.
I feel like back then, like, I don't know, back then, like, you felt like Rangers would be the second best team, but I mean, now you could be looking at years of Aberdeen.
You see, back in like 16, 17, 18, as bad as it was in parts, you felt like once Rangers got it right, that would be it.
They were on the up, but I mean, they don't look like they're on the up anymore. They look like they're on the down.
The last few years have made me, in the last few months, have made you think, is it ever going to get right? Again? Are Rangers going to win a league title like once a decade now? Is that the norm? Or is that, what is that? I don't know.
I think you're getting to the point with the financial situation and the gulf between Rangers and Celtic. I think you're getting to the point where Rangers fans would maybe accept winning
a trophy, a title.
Just stopping the. I think Rangers fans. What year would Celtic be going for 10 in a row? What season would that be? We're in 2024. Would that be the 29-30?
Or 30-31 maybe.
I think you're getting to the point where some Rangers fans would maybe accept just winning the league title in the 2030 season.
Yeah, it's funny
to guarantee stopping 10 in a row.
I've got comments
because I don't see them winning. They're not winning this year. They're not winning next year.
I've got comments saying, "Oh, he's only 9 points behind. Walter turned it around." What do you make of that?
He's 9 points behind. We're only 10 games in.
Yeah, but I think there's also a key difference. This isn't Walter Smith.
No, it's no.
This is bloody Baldy Beale.
I think he has to go. He has to go.
No, he has to go. Anyway, there'll be more fallout. Rangers react, Aberdeen react, and I'm sure there'll be other people.
Big night of Scottish football as well. So review show to come, fans reaction, a few polls in there as well, and lots of stuff to talk about. Aberdeen remain top of the table alongside Celtic, 9 points in front of Rangers. That is insane. Didn't think we'd be saying that come the start of the season, but there you go.
Yeah, we can all talk about Aberdeen are going to drop off eventually. What are Rangers going to get better? What suggests Rangers are going to get better? A manager might, but that's not happening.
Even at this point, for me, Aberdeen's now favourites to finish second.
Aberdeen lose the next 3 games in a row. At best, Rangers are level.
I don't see Aberdeen losing 3 in a row, and I don't see Rangers win 3 in a row, so there you go. That's it. We'll catch you in the next one, guys. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. We're aiming for, don't know how many likes. 200. 200 likes strong. And anyway,
send your wee supers if you want.
You want to send a wee super chat, guys. We appreciate it. Like I said, SPFL review show to come. I'm sure any fallout from the managers, if there's any more stuff happening, if Clement is sacked, then we'll be discussing that. We've got the reaction from both sets of fans to come. We have player ratings to come. And there's a couple other big results in the other games as well that we need to talk about. And there's pretty much there's a poll as well. Should Clement go or should Clement stay? But I think we all know the answer to that anyway. So that's going to do it, guys. We will catch you in the next one. Bean Fog Football, thanks for watching. Bad night for Rangers, but a great night for Aberdeen as they win 2-1 and remain joint top of the table. Till next time, peace.